journey.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? This is Be.You.Nique. I am Lorene, and here's my special guest,
Aisha.
So, here's what we're going to talk about today. You know, it's that time of year, right?
Income tax time.
Exactly. And this one is for those friends of convenience.
The friends who come when, they know you got a little money, or, the baby fathers who reappear after being gone all year.
Yes.
Or just freeloaders,
Period.
basically.
Yes. So that's what we're going to be talking about. And I just hope you can, at the end of this conversation, you walk away with some form of knowledge and, what to do, what not to do.
So, one topic that we can start off talking about is there was a story recently about a girl who was killed for her income tax money. Some co-workers overheard her on the phone asking about a certain amount of money someone was going to drop off to her, and the co-worker made a whole plan with some other people, and they robbed her and killed her. Come to find out, it wasn't even all the tax money, it was just some of it, and they killed her. So rule number one, I should say, when tax time comes, don't tell anybody.
Keep it to yourself.
It's nobody's business.
Yes, there's no reason for you to be at work, okay, having any conversation about tax money. Like, growing up, I was always told the bush have ears, the walls have ears, and I never understood that. For the likes of me, I was like, what the heck do they mean by that? And as I got older, sure enough, the walls have ears, the trees have ears, the bushes have ears. Yes, it does. Okay, and that was just one case where the walls have ears, and she lost her life for it.
And that's a tragic reason behind losing your life.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, you get a couple $1,000s, what are you going to do with it? It doesn't last forever.
It sure doesn't.
It doesn't last forever, and
so now you're going to spend how many years or life in jail for money you didn't get?
For a couple pair of shoes, a couple of outfits, maybe a couple months of rent,
Yeah.
Where we're from, that's definitely just a couple months of rent.
Exactly.
It's nothing.
At all. And then, you have the single mothers, and hats off to you guys. But you work so hard all year round, okay, with an absent father. And then, anytime after Christmas now, you know what time it is.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, people start reappearing. How you doing?
Yeah.
And, just turning up.
Yeah, you get the hey big head text.
Yeah.
Hey big head.
Hey, what you doing, girl? I ain't seen you in a long time. And they know the words to say to butter you up, and then you're smiling. And ladies, please stop letting these losers butter you up.
Listen, I am a victim of it, okay? Been there, done that. Absent father comes around all of a sudden, and you don't know why, because you're so young and naive, and you're like, oh, maybe he wants to, start his family over, get things going, get things together. No. And I realized he only got nice around tax time. Like, no, you ain't benefiting off of me anymore. You all set. No. Yeah. Don't call me at tax time for anything. My answer will simply be no. No.
Look at ladies, like, you really need to get hip to this. You understand? Come on now. You don't hear from somebody in so long, and all of a sudden you have money and people coming around and they're crying, "Woe is me, girl."
Yep, and
I ain't got no food.
They got all the problems
I'm about
in
to
the
lose
world.
my apartment. I'm about to this. Girl, I need your help.
Help with the car notes.
Yes.
Oh, my lights are about to get cut off.
Mm-hmm.
All the stories.
And then they disappear.
Listen. And it's not just for the ladies, because, you know, you have the men out there who are working.
Yes.
Who take care of their kids, who,
yes.
you know, file, you know, taxes and they claim their children or whatever the case is. Don't allow anybody to come to you with any, you know, story about what they're going through or whatever the case is. You worked hard all year for that money.
Exactly.
And it's not even a fraction of what you actually spend taking care of your kids or whatever the case is.
I'm telling you. Okay, so how about the one where, you know, where like money can make you angry? You ever notice how people change with money? Like you have people where it's income tax time or whatever, and they just switch up on you. Like that money won't last forever. Why you gonna
income tax bougie?
Yeah, bougie. That's a good one.
They don't want to talk to you no more until that money run out. Then it's like, hey girl.
Yeah, I haven't heard from you in a minute. Yeah, because of money. What you know?
Spending that income tax money.
You know, beware of people like that. And the funny thing is, something you don't notice it until someone else says it to you, and you're like, wait a minute. I remember last year was around that time she was acting, or he was acting funny. You know, like I'm telling you, this time of year, so many characters come around.
Yep.
Okay, and you need to watch out for them and beware of them. You understand? Like, and even like families too.
They're
you know,
like
they do the same thing.
It's like, it's like, you ever notice some people win the lottery and they don't tell anybody?
Exactly.
Because they're like, listen, this person's going to be here, that person's going to be there, they're going to need that fixed, they need that fixed, and it's like, well, what's going to be left for me?
And the ones that want money from you and you don't give it because you have your own, you know, your own stuff to take care of, they don't talk to you. They get angry with you.
And tell
and
everybody
sometimes
else.
Want to fight you. Send people to jump you. You understand? Beware.
Yep. And then you just have people that just make it worse for everybody else. That's just it.
Exactly.
You know, people who constantly have their hands out, always want something. The people who don't work.
Exactly.
You know, and it's like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Huh.
And then make you feel some type of way when you want to protect what's yours.
Exactly.
Instead of, you know, just going around handing out money to everybody. It doesn't work that way.
What really upsets me are the fathers. The ones that, well, how come they're my kids too? Why aren't I entitled? What? Entitled to what? You call them to watch this kid and they say, yeah, they're on their way. You could watch that window till thine kingdom come and they would not show up.
Nope.
But you're entitled to this tax money, right?
And then that's when the kids are, they're half mine too.
Yeah.
Well, take them for half a year and let's see how this plays out next year.
Can't even pick him up from school. Can't drop him off at school. You're there struggling to pay babysitter. And where is he?
Living his life.
Exactly. He's not on pause. Not on pause. Oh, you hear? Oh, he is with this one. Oh, he's with that. He's with that one. Oh, that one got pregnant. Did you know? Oh, so now you have more kids on the way, right?
In addition to the ones you can't take care of.
In addition to the ones.
Okay, buddy.
To the ones you can't take care of, right? Like, OMG, when does this madness stop?
It's a never-ending cycle.
Never-ending cycle.
And I just wish that we as women would just learn.
Like, learn from the older ones.
Just learn.
Young school, you seriously need to learn from old school. Because they have a lot to teach you. And some of you young girls are so hard-headed. What did I say about hard-head? They have a saying about a hard head or something. I don't remember, but some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're gonna learn the hard way. It's a what? It's a hard road to travel and a mighty long way to go. And you better buckle down and stop your nonsense. Like there's nothing. Listen, you might say, "Oh, they're just talking about stuff from their days and that day." Let me tell you something.
Certain things don't change.
Same game, different time.
Certain things don't change.
The game don't change. The game don't change. Listen, I used to go to the clubs like in my 20s. Yeah. Now, people in my family are going to the same exact club doing the same exact thing I did. But guess what? Different owner. Different name. Same damn club. Just a different owner and a different name. So don't tell us, old school, you know what I mean? That, well, we ain't old school, but you know what I mean. Like, you come on, don't tell us, there's nothing you can tell us that we don't already know. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that.
Not everything.
And it don't mean that we don't make mistakes.
Exactly. We're not perfect.
You got to learn from them. At
Exactly.
some point, you got to realize, all right, I've done this 3 times already, and it's not working, so maybe I should...
And I'm going to tell you a little trick. Like me, if I see something happen to somebody, I'm like, wow. I learned from that person's mistake. I'm not going to be like, oh, that could never be me. And that's what I hate with some of you people.
Yeah.
Oh, that could never be me.
That.
Oh, no.
You never know what's going to happen
you never
to
know.
you in
Never
the future.
say never. Never.
You can take all the precautions you can to avoid certain situations. That's the most I can say.
Exactly.
But you never know what's going to happen to you. You never know what circumstances you're going to end up in. I've learned that the hard way.
So, I mean, take words from people who, who have lived life, who are years ahead of you. You understand? Never, ever said, well, I'm not going to make that same mistake. And you never know what can happen that will force you
into a position you never thought you'd be in.
Exactly. You may not off your own, consciously do it, but like Aisha said, something happens. You're put in that situation, and you have to. You have no choice but to do that thing that you didn't want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
So listen to old school.
Listen. So
there's a lot to learn.
When that tax money come, guys, nobody has to know.
Nobody.
And here's the issue too with people in tax money, and myself. A lot of things that I say, I speak from experience. I'm not just talking just to talk. Sometimes you get that money and you have a visual of all the things you want to buy and all the things you want to do, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then next thing you know, that money's gone, and you didn't do anything really with it.
You're broke.
You're broke. And it's like, just like it comes in, it leaves just like that. It's gone. So it's like, I would say, try to be a little wiser with the spending. Invest in things that will benefit you in the long run, not just shoes and clothes, because we all do that. We all get, we splurge a little, we get this here, we get that there, but if there are bills you have to pay or things you have to take care of, try to do that first.
Try saving.
Try to, they have CD accounts where you could put the money in and earns interest. Do something like that. Like, especially, there are women who have multiple kids, who have 4 or 5 kids that they're claiming on income tax, or her and her husband, or, whatever the case is. Put some money up. Take a trip. Something.
Exactly.
Show that you did something with the money instead of splurging. And a lot of people splurge and buy stuff just to kind of show off in front of people who don't care anyway.
Exactly.
These people don't care.
Is it worth it?
These people don't care about what you're wearing or what your kids are wearing. Your kids have on the flyest Jordans, but he can't read.
Oh, wow. That's deep.
He can't read. But he could tell you what sneakers he has on. But he can't tell you that the cat in the hat did that. Like, seriously?
That's
a problem.
That's sick.
Our priorities are all jacked up sometimes. So, you get that money, you just got to be a little smarter, a little wiser. And don't tell nobody. Nobody needs to know.
And another thing too, you have your family doing your income tax, and then they tell everybody is what you get. Listen, find somebody else to do your taxes.
Somebody
Okay?
who don't know you.
Who
don't
know
your
you.
family. Someone you
Okay?
can trust, because there are
Yes.
scammers out there
Yes,
who are
indeed.
doing some illegal things with the taxes. And
Even call your you'll have like social services, whatever. Sometimes they know places you could go get your taxes done. Like I went to the federal building, and there were tax preparers in there that work for the IR, the I of the R, the S, and and they helped me with my taxes 1 year. So I mean, you know, that's one of the worst things. Like you do your taxes, and your whole family know how much you're getting back,
who you file for,
except for you.
your exemptions.
You don't know yet,
stuff.
but your whole family. I can't deal with that mess.
It's a little too much.
Find
for me.
somebody to do your taxes, honey. All right. So, well, guys, this is our time. We hope you enjoy this video. We have more to come.
We hope you took something from it, learned something.
Learn something. You know, and tell us what you think. You know, did we give you any ideas? You know, did you learn anything? Leave it in the comments below. We would love to hear from you.
Definitely.
All right, and please like and subscribe. And tell your friends to like and subscribe. Much love, guys. Be good.
Bye.
Bye.